All right, next up we have a live session for you. It's Purity Ring, a brand new album. Well, not brand new, just came out a couple months ago. It's called Another Eternity, as we welcome Purity Ring live to KCRW. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. How are you?
Hi. Good, thank you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jason.
Nice to meet you too. I'm
Hey,
Megan.
I'm Corin. Nice to meet you.
Hey, Corin. And you are Megan.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Well,
Everything cool? Yeah? You're
yeah,
good?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
good in here.
Hey,
we're all ready.
I'd love first to encourage people to check it out online, the session, because you should describe your setup looks completely awesome. So explain for those who can get online at kcrw.com to watch this session. What are we looking at?
You want me to?
I mean, you should. The
All right.
the gems.
Yeah,
Corin
yes.
will proceed.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't have our full setup in here, but we have kind of the main instrument piece, which is a bunch of gem-shaped objects
Yeah.
that are touch sensitive and connected to synthesizers. So I play them with mallets, so like you would play like an xylophone or something like that.
Sure.
And then some other little bits of stuff going on.
And do you actually hit the gems, or are you hitting a controller that then activates the light?
No, I'm hitting the gems themselves are the sensors. So I strike the gem, and then it creates the sound, and then also tells the gem to light up in a way that represents that sound.
That's cool, man.
Thank you.
Very cool. So this is sort of a downsized version of your production on stage?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Awesome. I actually saw you, it might have been like 2 years ago now at Lightning in a Bottle.
Oh, really?
Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, that was 2013.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. That was cool.
Thank
And,
you.
that was also another great example of the production. There was such a cool vibe going on stage for that show.
Yeah, hopefully we've maintained that. But it's very different. There's a lot more than what's going on here. But
Well,
yeah,
we appreciate the effort of
Totally.
bringing this stuff to our studio.
it is
All right.
necessary.
So let's get right into your set, shall we? It's Purity Ring live on KCRW.
I had a feeling it broke and the smoke filled you up. I wasn't thinking about you. You had a mind and make sight of the weight you pick up, but I wasn't thinking about you. Again, I wasn't thinking about you. I wasn't. Again, I wasn't thinking about you. I wasn't. There is a color that shines through your skin like the wind bury you. The night is falling behind your evaded mask, and the rings round your eyes. We are stranger than earth, with the seasons enslaved, stronger than the moons. When our parts bright at you, bled and bled and bled. I wasn't thinking about you. Again, I wasn't thinking about you. I wasn't. Again, I wasn't thinking about you. I wasn't. There is no less what we might lose, but in a week might our weakness elude. There was a stagger that shifted my hips, or how swiftly it should. It did for my lips. There was a danger that seeped from my skull, how it dripped on the solid, but it wasn't my fault. We are stranger than earth, with your seasons enslaved, stronger than the moods. When our parts parted, shoot, blood and blood and blood. I wasn't thinking that you. Again, I wasn't thinking about you. I wasn't. I wasn't thinking about you. I wasn't. Again, I wasn't thinking about you. I wasn't thinking about you. I wasn't thinking about you. Again, I wasn't thinking about you. I wasn't thinking about you. I wasn't. And we break downstairs with our fevers in the air. I forgot to ask how I only like the mirror. I think it sits in why our eyes crack. I think it sits in why our eyes crack. Pity seek what we might lose, but in a week might our weakness elude. You were young and you would stare with a reverence unimpaired. There was an echo far and far beneath the element. You were young and you would stare where my limbs hung far and far. Make a ladder of what folds and climb up in me. You push and you pull and you tell yourself no. It's like when you lie down, the veins growing slow. You push and you pull, but you never know. I crept up in you and I wouldn't let go. There was no light and I swear I could see your raring fear. I heard the planes moaning back. I saw the thunder roll back. There was no light and I swear we sat still in our fear. Make a ladder of what folds and climb up in me. You push and you pull and you tell yourself no. It's like when you lie down, the veins going slow. You push and you pull, but you never know. I crept up in you and I wouldn't let go. I carve out the spaces and I imparted graces and I couldn't shake it and I built a constellation lair out of the molds that hovered there, a fever pillow with the wind, and I obeyed the sky therein. I built a constellation lair out of the molds that hovered there, make a pardon of what knows and climb up in me. You push and you pull and you tell yourself no. It's like when you lie down, the veins going slow. You push and you pull, but you never know. I crept up in you and I wouldn't let go. You push and you pull and you tell yourself no. It's like when you lie it's yours and I'll relax. If you're the truest one, I'm gonna make you a season. Climb up in my rattling spine and I'll contract. Tell me I'm the only one and I'll move back. If you see your daydreams in me, they'll not lack. What's been weighted in me, I'll make you quake with reason. Watching me is like watching the fire take your eyes from you. Hope it isn't repetition, though that's the only thing that keeps and takes you. Watching me is like watching the fire take your eyes from you. Hope it isn't repetition, though that's the only thing that keeps and takes you. I could feel your knees sinking into the bed, searching in my dark eyes to break what's been said. There's a wave of grace until you're slowing us down. There's a light in my skin that's been dead. I'ma dig you up and give you what I took, pull you up and tuck you in and make you look. I'ma smooth your shoulders down and calm what shook. It was off our line, if only for a season. Watching me is like watching the fire take your eyes from you. Hope it isn't repetition, though that's the only thing that keeps and takes you. Watching me is like watching the fire take your eyes from you. Hope it isn't repetition, though that's the only thing that keeps and takes you. Watching me is like watching the fire take your eyes from you. Hope it isn't repetition, though that's the only thing that keeps and takes you. Watching me is like watching the fire take your eyes. Watching me is like watching the fire. Hope it isn't repetition, though that's the only thing that keeps and takes. Even though it's the only thing that keeps and takes you. chest and buried it. Oh, but dear, the sky is low. Gather up its hearts and guards with grateful arms. Oh, but dear, the sky is low. Gather up its hearts and guards with grateful arms.
Oh my God, I need one of those gemstone illuminated controllers. I think it's awesome.
Thank you.
Purity Ring live on KCRW. Another Eternity is the most recent album. And this, I believe, is your live radio performance debut here at KCRW. Is that right? Have you ever played on a radio station?
I mean, not on this continent.
Okay, we'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take it. All right, fine. This is your radio.
You are
Your continental radio premiere here on KCRW.
I love the word continental.
So I hope people are checking it out online, kcrw.com, because that gemstone controller deal is so cool. How did you make it?
Yeah, this is actually the third version of it. The first version was kind of more of a series of tubes. And
It was a Home Depot project.
yeah, it still had like some high-tech electronic stuff going on in it, but it was just kind of a mess of metal tubes kind of coming out, and then you'd hit different ones. But it didn't always work very well because a lot of the time it couldn't tell which tube you were hitting. So it was really difficult to play. And then we built a second version of it, which was kind of like what we have now, but just like a beta version of it that was like still very Home Depot-ish.
It's a little bit janky, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think you should market it. I mean, I want one for Christmas.
This one, I hope we have this one around for a few years. It's going as planned.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, this is the first one we've kind of like really put the time into it and built it properly, so it hopefully will last a little bit longer and is more reliable.
Nicely
But,
done.
Yeah,
Nicely done.
you can build one yourself at home.
I don't know if I can, but I want to.
next year we'll do kits.
We're speaking with Megan and Corin. They are Purity Ring, the album Another Eternity. So for those in our audience who are, discovering the band right now through your live session, which sounds excellent, tell us your superhero origin story.
Did you just make that up now, or is there a history of superhero origins with us?
I just feel
I
like
don't
you.
know
I
that.
feel like you've found your superpowers here with this band. So, when did you meet and start working together?
We both grew up in Edmonton, Alberta. We met sort of through mutual friends in the music community there, which has shifted a lot from the time we were really a part of it, but it's still going strong. So,
is that to say that you're not so much a part of it anymore?
well, yeah, I mean, I would say we are, but I don't know like what's going on. I don't always know like what new bands are coming out of Edmonton all the
Sure.
time.
We don't
Yeah.
have our ear to
So-
the ground like we used to.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're on the road a lot.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's pretty hard to stay connected with anything when you're on tour as much as we tour, or I guess kind of any touring band does.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, Corin used to play the drums in this band that my boyfriend was in, and he was like 15. So yeah, when I
Me,
first
not her boyfriend, me. I was the
yeah,
15.
yeah, Corin was 15. My boyfriend was not 15. But yeah, I think I'm only like 3 years older. But at the time, I was like, whoa, he's 15 and he's drumming like that, and I thought he was like a prodigy. But yeah, and then Corin knew me through I like played the piano and stuff. So we thought initially that one day we would have a band where like I played the piano and he played the drums. It's kind of like that, I guess. Maybe when we're writing.
Yeah. Hey, there's room to grow here.
Yeah.
we talked about it for years before we actually got around to doing anything. It was like a few years went by. We were like, yeah, we should really start that band one day.
It was always like, oh, that's nice.
And then when we finally did, it ended up being like nothing like we kind of initially thought it might. It just went in a totally different direction. So.
Now, I had read that with your debut, you kind of wrote it or recorded it separately. You were living in separate cities.
Yeah. I was living in Halifax, Nova Scotia, East Coast, and Corin was in Montreal at the time.
And Edmonton too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we wrote, we just were trying songs out, basically, so it wasn't really worth flying to make it happen. It was like, we'll see what happens here.
Now, besides the obvious of songwriting and production, what are your roles or personalities in the collective? Kind of what do you each bring to the table?
Changes all the time.
Yeah, it kind of changes song to song, really, in terms of the writing process. I mean, our skill sets are as such that Corin is the producer and I write all the vocals.
Right.
But on Another Eternity, we wrote in the same room mostly. So a lot of those decisions that we would have made on our own were actually made together, and I think changed quite a bit.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So yeah, this record, it was kind of all over the place in terms of our suggestions at play. But yeah.
And Megan makes the clothes. I don't
I
make any clothes. She makes all the clothes.
That's true.
That's one area you stay out of.
For now, I might get it. One area that I'll stay out of for now, but.
But yeah, and then with the live show, we kind of just take the music and it's a lot of ideas and brainstorming that go into what it ends up looking like on the stage. But that's like, I don't know whose idea is what actually anymore. So.
Well, I want to explore that a little more, just, the overall aesthetic of the group, because with some of these ideas that are swirling around, whether it's the album titles of Shrines and Another Eternity, or even the band name Purity Ring, or just the fact that, you have these illuminated gems that you're playing. Is there a message of kind of consciousness or spirituality that is central to the band? Because I'm kind of picking up on that, but I don't know if that's, a specific kind of thoughtful intent on your part.
I think it's not as intentional as it may appear.
Mm-hmm.
It turns into a representation of us that I think is very clear in the end, but it only turns into that because we are like the sole creators of this project. So we don't go in thinking, this is what we want to say with this. It's what do we want to express? And it's usually the answer to that comes last when you like look at the whole. But yeah, I think I definitely see it as like one thing, the process and the end. It's not like, it's like a creation that is between us. It's not necessarily, I'm getting lost here, but.
Well, does it surprise you in a way? Kind of looking back on the body of work and you're like, this
A
is...
lot of times,
Yeah.
yeah. But like, I think we're often pleasantly surprised. It's
I'm
like,
sure,
oh, that
yeah.
worked out. Like that actually ties into this other idea that, like fits really well right here. kind
But
of
you're not
things.
overthinking it. It's just, it falls into place.
Yeah,
But
Corn-
at the same time, we
yeah.
do think about a lot of things.
it's very thought out,
Yeah.
but not
Yeah.
with like a message. It's like
No.
it's just, a representation of us that I think ends up being very honest.
Yeah, I think like we definitely try to do a lot of different types of things, but I think because we kind of stay always in the area that we're comfortable with and doing the things that we like, at the end they all kind of fit together somehow in a way that we're like, oh, that actually worked way better than we thought it might.
Yeah. Well, I think honesty is the key. You hit on that, and that's what resonates with people. That's what people can hear in the music. So that's what it's about.
Thank you.
Corin, I want to ask you about the music side and the influences, because we're hearing, a lot of the dance electronic currents, whether it's trap or dubstep or I don't know what you call it really.
What the kids call it these
What
days.
the kids call it these days.
I
But
have no clue.
do you feel part of that scene? Do you kind of follow that world?
Not really. I actually don't listen to much because like I guess you'd categorize that as just like different types of electronic music.
Yeah.
But I actually don't really listen to much electronic music at all, unless if it has like vocals and it's like a catchy song with like a nice chorus or something. Then I'd probably listen to it. But I don't really have the attention span to listen to like instrumental music, and a lot of that stuff is instrumental, or like it's so based just on like rhythm, like most trap beats, for example. It's like cool rhythms, but I'm like at the end of the day, I want like a nice catchy melody that I'm
Sure.
gonna remember and it's gonna like suck me in. So like I like the idea of looking at those things and like kind of harvesting them for some of the things that might be really interesting,
Sure, yeah.
but taking them out of their context to combine with other elements to kind of make like songs.
Sure.
Because I think that's like our interest more than anything, is just like creating a good song that can kind of hold up in any context.
Sure.
So it's like, if you completely switch out everything we're doing for like banjos and timpanis, it's like if it still comes across as a song and it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah, that's
Like,
the real test.
Yeah, I mean, not that we haven't tried that exact test per se, but that would be a good one to try. And then, because if the song is like, oh yeah, it's still just as good, then you're onto something.
Yeah, I see that. Excellent. Well, let's head into your second set, and I want to let people know that at the close of the show, we're going to have autographed copies of Another Eternity. Our guests live in studio this morning, Purity Ring.
Thank you.
Dear light still along my old web, cursed by a dust-filled head. Dear light still along my old web, cursed by a dust-filled to rot and plot. The clenching of your teeth might help you sleep. It will lift you. You always wished you'd walk through under the sun. Hiding to you like I love. Hiding you like I love. Hiding you like I do I still love you? Cursed by the dust fell head. Do I still love you? Cursed by the dust fell head. Do I still love my old web? Cursed by the dust fell high. Do I still love my old web? Cursed by the dust fell high. Do I still love my old web? Cursed by the dust fell high. She lost her voice down by the river, screaming for courage to take oceans under. She read your mind and called it a terror, misplacing her sleep to keep the world nearer. Don't forget the way she pushed the water inside, waded through the spirits like a flood on the floor. Don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, I miss keeping you out. I hope you're sleeping too. I hope you're. I hope you're. She took your face and called it a choir, knitting leaves out of lashes, battered with ashes. She held your hands and told you to wonder how you'd fit in the land if the waves held you under. Don't forget the way she pushed the water inside, waded through the spirits like a flood on the floor. Don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. I miss keeping you out. I hope you're sleeping too. I hope you're. I hope you're. I hope you're. I'll take you out and up and light. I'll bury you good and straight and right. I'll take you out and up and light. I'll bury you good and straight and right. I'll take you out and up and light. I'll bury you good and straight and right. If you ask and not sacrifice, I hope you're. 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 forget, don't forget, forget, don't forget, forget, don't forget, forget. You said, turn the lights down, I wanna be alone. I ran your head away, I couldn't stand how it played it. I needed to take a break, take me down there. Wanna stare at the tears, how they watered your ears. Take a break, take me down there. Wanna stare at your tears, how they I saw you break, I saw you unreeling. I lied, now I'm lying awake. I cried until my body ached. I lied, now I'm lying awake. Now I'm lying awake, now I'm lying awake. I lied, now I'm lying awake. I cried till my body ached. I lied, now I'm lying awake. I cried till my body ached. Now I'm lying awake, until my body ached, until my body ached. I cried till my body begin again, begin again, begin again. I've been watching your kindness keep, but lonely company. heart, the pounding sound. You'll be the moon, I'll be the earth. And when we burst, start over. Oh, darling, begin again, begin again, begin again. You'll be the moon, I'll be the earth. And when we burst, start over. Oh, darling, begin again, begin again, begin again. Begin again, begin again, begin again. Begin again, begin again, begin again. You'll be the moon, I'll be the earth. And when we burst, start over, oh darling. Begin again, begin again, begin again. You'll be the moon, I'll be the earth. And when we burst, start over, oh darling. Begin again, begin again, begin again.
That's Purity Ring, live on KCRW. Megan James and Corin Roddick are Purity Ring. The album Another Eternity just came out very recently. So we are just about out of time for the broadcast anyway. You are welcome to perform the encore for our audience online if you would like to, or no. Okay, we're not going to do that. But I want to thank you for coming through KCRW. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much for
Yeah,
having
thanks
us.
thank you.
Our
Thanks a
debut.
lot.
Thank you.
All right, take care now. All right, hey, we do have 5 autographed copies of Another Eternity for our KCRW members right now. Before we go, if you haven't won a giveaway from us in the past 90 days, call us at 877-600-5279. These CDs available to our current members only, first come, first served basis. They're non-transferable. Again, that's 877-600-5279 for Another Eternity, autographed by Purity Ring. Big thanks to the band. Also thanks to Melissa Morton, our recording engineer. Joel Gregg is the band's engineer. Also thanks to Brian Terranova and Hector Montez from Beggars. August Larson for production assistance today. Ariana Morgenstern for producing this live session for broadcast. And Colin Walzak, producer.